Bagnaia, as he's now being known as. And there was a nice little touch as well, just below the sort of collar line of that blazer where it had the motor. He certainly knew how to celebrate in style. He
had to leave the prize giving ceremony early because he was calling the bingo on Sunday night. Now then it's official, the dream has come true. This was a picture taken when LUCA MARINI was dreaming of being a MotoGP rider, when he was starting his engines firing up in the background, as I'm sure you could hear, and LUCA MARINI suited and booted, on goes the helmet. This will be a bit of a shock, won't it, jumping off the Ducati onto the Honda, I think because he's the tallest rider in MotoGP by some distance, and the Honda's quite a small motorcycle, it's a very compact motorcycle. So how they're going to react to the sort of lanky LUCA stepping on board that RC213V. But thankfully, the pit lane has been opened for 20 minutes. We've heard from Malaysia Spargo. And now we're going to get action out on circuit. 2024 will begin in earnest. I want to see the once-in-a-generation talent Pedro Acosta, and with Marc Marquez joining the 8-strong Ducati stable. Special moment then for LUCA MARINI, as for the very first time he throws his leg over a factory heads-on circuit here, the 4-kilometre Ricardo Tormo circuit. I'll wait till he does actually leave pit lane. Green light has been on for 21 minutes or so here, just weaving from left. And as the first ride then to leave pit lane here in Valencia, we can officially say MotoGP 2024 starts now.
And I suspect that Ducati will be leaning, or Honda will be leaning very heavily on the Ducati experience that LUCA MARINI will bring with him. Of course, 2 new riders within the Honda stable of 4 riders for next season, with Joan Mir staying at Repsol Honda, Taka Nakagami staying where he is at LCR Honda. As far as the second half of the Repsol Honda team are concerned, they bring in LUCA MARINI, both looking to bring some Ducati expertise. And to get an idea on the Honda that LUCA MARINI is on top of there and what he's running, let's head down for the first time to Simon Crepa. Good morning to you.
Good morning, all. A very chilly morning. It's like straight up they're going to have soft tyres on because it's too cold for anything hard. LUCA, much to my surprise, is on the completely news from Jerez test. I hadn't seen it before. Chassis swing arm that I've never seen. It all looks like HRC, not Kalex. The aero's different, as you'll be able to see on there if you look close. The side wings are different. So the engine, when it was warming up, is not a different firing order. I was listening for that because I was kind of hoping for their sake they're trying something new. But yeah, really surprised, because normally they let the riders head off on something that they've got as a base and then move on to the newer one. But I suppose they don't want to disappoint.
Yeah, thanks for that, Simon. Yeah, radical updates that we saw for the first time at the Misano test, didn't we, in September? And this is a bike that Jack Gorst, our colleague, I think Lewis, he said is heavily based on that model, as LUCA MARINI will just be a little bit tentative here in these chilly, breezy conditions. He starts pushing close to the limit. Of course, he won't be going out and taking big risks here, but just making sure that he's building up some temperature in those tyres. This was a motorcycle which Marc Marquez ran at that Misano test, and it wasn't good enough to convince the 30-year-old Spaniard to remain for a 12th season with HRC. Honda just don't have the time, or Marc Marquez doesn't have the time, does he, to wait around for Honda to find their mojo again in the MotoGP World Championship. So LUCA MARINI then out on circuit. We have Pedro Acosta, Marc Marquez and co. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast as well, several new riders switching teams for 2024. Johan Zarco making the same switch that Marini has made from Ducati yesterday, but fair to say the celebrations got a little bit messy on Sunday night, as you'd expect they would do after a stressful season. You know, it's the one thing to win a MotoGP World Championship, in many respects it did. So there was a hell of a party on Sunday night for the factory Ducati team, and basically lost his voice yesterday. A bit of screaming, a bit of shouting, but I did see him, fair play. 9 o'clock this morning he was walking over to our truck to do the World Champions interview, and now he is ready to start the defence of his title, bidding to become just the 10th rider in Premier Class history to win 3 World Championships on her own. What's a special year for MotoGP?
Which is the bike we'll see Marc Marquez on a little bit later on this morning, was quite different to the bike that Bagnaia won the 2022 World Championship on, from the 21 Ducati that he jumped off to the 23, and of course the injuries he had in the first half of the season certainly didn't help him in trying to make that acclimatisation. It was very clear that that was a motorcycle that Pecco Bagnaia had a big say in terms of it being designed around him, suiting Bagnaya's style and his famed strengths of pre-season testing at Sepang, that he was riding behind that Ducati and he could not believe.
Helmet, what does lie in store? It's going to be fascinating to see, isn't it? How Marc Marquez, or how quickly he can gel with the GP23. Of course, he will be riding as part of the Gresini Ducati independent team operation, this year's title-winning machine, Ducati keeping. And from that point onwards, it was a real prop. Coincided with Jorge Martin's purple patch. It's where Jorge Martin really did click into top gear. And for Bagnaia to bounce back from the title showed what a top world champion he is.
And I think the experience from having already won the World Championship in 22 certainly helped Pecco Bagnaia. It was so impressive how calm he stayed when the championship got tense last year. We'll have a keen eye on the KTMs here this morning. KTM usually busier than most in pre-season testing. To get an idea of what we can expect from them today, let's head to Chaka.